Hi, Muchismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share, give a thumbs up to this video if you found it helpful, and pass it on if you believe someone else would benefit from it. I would appreciate that. You know that you're awakened. If you have a faith or you don't have a faith, if you are considering certain jobs, are you considering certain groups that you want to get into, be it a gym, be it a self-help, being at what they call these when you guys get together and just groups where people get together and just kind of maintain each other's morale. As an awakened empath, the first and foremost thing that you need to do is isolate yourself. Now, don't isolate yourself in a way where you become depressed needlessly. Although you will go through some downward, you will go downward in your emotions here and there, but it won't be a constant. It will be ups and downs, because what you're going through is you're coming to a point of accepting wholeheartedly of what you have just discovered. The accepting of this is crucial. It is very, very deep. It's disturbing to the soul and the conscience. You have never imagined such a thing, such as this, and it comes out of nowhere. This in itself takes some time to recover from. I'm 5 years in, and there's some stuff that still, I revisit and I rethink that is just mind-boggling. Because of the fact that you put so much faith, dependence, and hope in certain things in the world. Isolation is very key. When you isolate, good morning. When you isolate, it is going to be key in the strengthening of you, because what your isolation does is it is strengthening you to exclusively focus on you, exclusively focus on the things outside of you at a distance. Okay, you're going to exclusively focus on these things outside of you by way of people, places, and things, and especially people. The way people in the past, before you awakened, demonstrated their kindness, friendship, adoration, or whatever it is, you begin to focus and introspect on this. And what it does is it causes you to see it exactly for what it is, as opposed to what their oftentimes preoccupied intentions were. To break that down, now you can see these people for what they truly are. And you're able to use that bit of information to go on to strengthen you as a person, to strengthen you individually. Because what happens is you realize that the strength you had was contingent on the people you were around. Your codependency becomes less necessary, and overall you find out you begin to find out who you truly are. And often you will realize that there's a lot of work for you to do on yourself. You will realize that a lot of you is not really you. The persona that you've exercised for most, if not a big part of your life. It's not truly the persona in which is innate to you. And so you go on to discover who you truly are. And as you discover who you truly are, you begin to like what you see. Because there's so much of you that has not even been tapped into. Guys, I bit my tongue yesterday, boy. I bit my tongue very bad. And I bit my tongue very bad. Boy, I've bit my tongue before, like on the tip. But I bit it way back here. I was eating something. Boy, you know, stuff is so good sometimes. And I don't know, your jaws get away from you, and your mind, and maybe your mind said, man, this is good, and you just go crazy. And yeah, it's hurting, so bear with me, guys. You go on to discover yourself in a way that is very beautiful. You find out that all the energy that you expounded on things, people, places, projects, other people's issues, you find out that all that time, you take it back and recapture it for yourself. And you find out you have more time to do what is necessary for your growth. And then you realize that sometimes there's not enough time in a day. Because just taking care of your affairs and dealing with you is very time consuming. And then you begin, when you build yourself in a way where you really recognize who you truly are supposed to be, then you can see a very, very authentic, organic need that you can contribute in, as opposed to things that you contributed in before and you volunteered in before that were needlessly done. You did it because you were zealous. You did it because you were hoodwinked to people in need that were truly succubus, that were users, abusers, manipulators. Because you, as one human being, there's only so many things that you can do to be of a help to someone else beyond exhausting yourself to no end. And God doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to utilize your gifting and your personality and your person to do what you believe is necessary to aid and help people in a beautiful way. But at the same time, you need to have a little bit of fuel in the tank for yourself. Not just a little bit. You need to have ample fuel in your tank in order to go on and carry on with your life. That is what you're here for. To live a life of fulfillment with those things included, helping other people, but not to neglect yourself. So I wanted to just share this with you guys, man. It's beautiful when you're becoming more of who you're supposed to be and less of what you perceived yourself to be for other people. That being said, bless.